Hello, welcome back to this channel. Today's gonna be a very fun and busy video because right now, if you guys hear that noise, that's actually the robot vacuum cleaning up the room. So in a second, I'm gonna be talking about that. But number two, today's gonna be incredibly busy and it's already been a very busy day. I've already been in this room for about 5 hours and there's a lot I already did. I wanna walk you through that too, but we already have a lot to do for the rest of the day. So in a second, I'm gonna be telling you guys basically everything else I had planned for today. But as always, before we do go and start today's video, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so you not miss every video, and please like this video. Let's go start today's video. All right, just walking in the room, the robot vacuum's doing an incredible job. It's got a map of the entire room, so it just really nicely cleans it. Doesn't hit, like, I don't want it to hit the fish tank, and doesn't, which is a great feature. It also has a port, kind of a docking station, where it'll suck up everything and put it in a compartment in it, so it can just slowly fill up over the course of a few days, and I don't have to empty out that compartment every single day, which is a huge time saver. Number two, just kind of walking through you guys of what I already did today. Number one, I already emptied out the dehumidifier, and at this rate, it's going so quickly, I'm gonna have to probably empty it out again at the end of the day. Every single plant in here has been watered. That's also why the humidity is so high in here. So yesterday, this is also like the highest I've ever filled up the fish tank, but I'm thinking I really do like it because it looks good, and yeah, it looks good. All the plants have been watered. Everything's doing good. I've already gone up and down the rows and really cleaned up a lot of the plants. Now, what I think is funny is I keep missing these, and a lot of them are trying to send out runners like this, and this is not what we want in this room, because it's gonna put a little bit of extra stress on the plants, and just, I don't want them to send out runners. It's gonna cause a huge problem, and you know what? Let's just go outside really quickly, because I wanna show you guys what the plants will do if they send out runners and you let them grow those runners out. So we're gonna get a little bit distracted here. Right now, it is raining quite a lot. The solar panels were generating quite a lot of watts actually this morning, which is so awesome because the sun has not been out today. I guess it was a little bit sunnier earlier this morning, so I guess that might be a possibility, but this is what it looks like when you let the runners send out those runners and let them grow. So basically this is the line. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that's where it stopped. Then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then everything from here, all these plants right here, down are runners. So it's just kind of turned into like a forest, and to be honest, I should probably just come out here tomorrow and pick up everything, but at the end of the day, it's kind of good how it is. It's gonna produce strawberries either way, and that's kind of the goal of this. But I mean, those plants have done really well, and I mean, they just keep growing, multiplying, and doing even better every single year. So now, let's go back inside. So, robot vacuum still vacuuming, but the fish have done incredible. Now check this out. Now, those are so beautiful, and that one's kind of like a mix of a goldfish and a koi. That one is so beautiful. Really love the white, and the orange looks super cool. I really think I might go back to the store later on and pick up more, but really with how full the fish tank is right now, it's probably not the best. So the aquaponics aren't full right now, so the biofilter is on a different setting that helps. That just filters it a lot more and just can go right back to the fish. There's just so much to talk about, so I'm trying to talk a little bit quick so you guys aren't watching this video for 3 hours. So I've been adding up numbers, and the thing is, some of these plants are cheaper at the stores. And the number one goal for Go Forth Produce is to be able to offer these plants as cheap as possible to our customers. So with that, we need to find a lot of ways on how to grow stuff more efficiently. Because at the end of the day, if you go up to like the grocery store, whatever your local grocery store is, some plants are gonna be more expensive than the others. Like if you wanna get a big bundle of cilantro, it's gonna be maybe $1 or maybe even less. So now we need to find many ways on how to grow it cheap. So something I've been looking at is, at the end of the day, I mean, there's gonna be other things I'm not gonna talk about here, but I'm looking for as many ways to save money as possible. And some ways I can do that is, when the plants are harvested, what I might do is I might cut the base of the plant off, kind of pull as much out as possible, and I might just let that soil dry. Like, what I would do is I would just dump it in like a bucket like this and just let it dry out for a while. And then once it's dried out and all those roots are just basically dead at that point, I'm gonna try to grind it up a little bit in the machine, and then I'm gonna try to reuse that soil and try to take out as many roots as possible. Because at the end of the day, coconut coir has no nutrients in it at all, and the perlite doesn't have nutrients in it either. The point of the perlite is to help it just drain even better. So what we would do is we would just add extra perlite because it's gonna disintegrate a little bit, and maybe a little bit more coconut coir, mix all that up together to make it a little bit more fresh. But the thing is, where I was going with that at, is if it's like a certain type of soil like Miracle-Gro, a lot of that nutrients is gonna be taken out. But in this case, it doesn't really matter if the roots are still in it because there was never any nutrients in it to begin with. So that means as long as I give it liquid nutrients still, it's gonna thrive. Another thing is this area. Something I really want to do today is go ahead and harvest these and take pictures of them because they look really, really good. And some things I've been working on lately has been trying to prevent mold. And sadly, we had to cut out a patch and for the most part, it stopped. I do see a little bit forming again, so maybe I didn't cut enough out, but for the most part, everything else is doing good. This area just got too much water, and same with that corner over there. So I'm thinking in a second, I'm gonna try to get the picture stuff ready. Now, what's a little bit complicated is I don't exactly know how I'm gonna take the pictures. I do have the system, so it can be dark in the room, and with the lights that I'm gonna be using for the photography stuff, should do good. I do have a white backdrop that's not put together yet, but I'm gonna be probably taking pictures right here, all around a ton of stuff, and just taking some pretty cool pictures. I might have a prototype of it maybe here. Here's the container. So I got a sticker that will go on this, and the problem is I don't exactly have the right information on that sticker yet. So what I need to do, I need to put it on the scale. If it's ready, maybe. There we go. I'm gonna put it on, and then I need to measure to know how much it's gonna weigh. I'm just gonna try to fill it up as much as possible. So once, like, let's say I try to get it there, then I'm gonna say 12 point whatever ounces on the label. Because at the end of the day, even though this is a 12-ounce container, that's not what goes on the label. It's not how much it can hold, it's how much it weighs in ounces. So that's what I really need to do, and that should take quite some time. So I need to really find a lot of time to do that, but I mean, there's a lot of very, very exciting stuff to happen. Something that's made it a little bit more stressful to get this stuff done is number one, the system and all of that Shopify stuff. Now, I'm not gonna go into detail about that because that's more behind the scenes stuff that I don't really talk about on the channel much, but something that I really need to start doing is getting the products ready because we're growing a lot of amazing stuff in here. But the problem is some stuff takes a lot longer to grow than others, and we open for pre-days in less than a month. So it's a little bit stressful to try to get all this done as fast as possible. And another thing is what I'm gonna be growing. So here's the thing. I'm growing parsley on all of the bottom zones. And I'm also growing basil on all the top. So what I'm trying to figure out is this shelf I've designated for basil growth only. I don't know if I need to do this because I'm already going to be producing a ton of basil every week. So I might just designate this shelf towards maybe microgreens. And then again, peppermint might not be a great plant to grow because it's going to cost a little bit extra to grow it. So I'm wondering if instead of doing strawberries right here, all of the entire section could be microgreens, while these two rows right here are gonna be strawberries also. And then these two right here are just gonna be cilantro and oregano and maybe a testing shelf at the very bottom. But I mean, I'm thinking microgreens will be the number one choice. Looks like it's gonna start heading over to its dock. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff to still do, and I mean, there's a lot to do. So the next few videos are gonna be really fast moving with me talking a lot and just a big time lapse of me doing a lot. So I guess today's gonna be another big day of trying to do a lot of that stuff. Now, I ended up making all this soil and it probably needs a lot more perlite. So I ended up filling up a lot of containers, and I realized, you know what, this should have a lot more perlite because strawberries don't like a lot of water, and they really like it just kind of be in the middle. not dry, not soaked, just kind of moist, or not even soggy soil, just moist soil. So going in here, now in a second I'm going to go ahead and start the time lapse, but I really want to talk about one more thing that I should have talked about while I was over here, but I forgot, is I'm starting to work on the refrigerator in here. So the problem with this is it gets extremely cold because it has a little freezer right here. So all that coldness goes down here and like starts to freeze everything. So let's see, I just put this in a second ago, is at 30 degrees. Now that is just gonna start to freeze all the produce. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is this door right here, I'm just gonna stock up with a ton of drinks and stuff, or like staff, or just people that are helping out with the area. What on earth is that vacuum doing? If you guys can hear that, it's just really doing a lot. Oh, this is really cool. So it goes up, aligns, it's gonna go up, it's gonna go back up, and it's gonna slow down, and it's slowly going to back up, and it's going to hook up to the back thing, and then start charging. And then in a second, it's going to vacuum that all up out of the system. So a little bit nervous about this, but if I can have a lot of stuff in here, all those drinks and stuff will absorb all that coldness. That is loud, but extremely, extremely efficient. Boom. Now that is awesome. That is so much better than the old vacuum we had. I don't even know if you guys could hear what I just said there, but I mean, the old vacuum I had to empty it out twice a day. It definitely took up some time to work on. So that is just so nice. You know what? I'll just show you guys how this is really. So you go up to the side, boom, take this out, and then I don't really know how I'm gonna do this with one hand, but you click, you know what? I'll just do this like this. You click it, lock that, dump it, and then boom. All that stuff right there. It is fantastic. And really, this could go days. That hit a lot harder than I thought it would actually. But this can go days without being dumped, which is awesome. So if I'm just out of the facility for a few days on like a business trip or something, then I don't have to worry about that getting like clogged or something. I know I'm just kind of stalling right now, just kind of going up and down the facility and talking about literally everything I could possibly talk about. Now, what you guys have been waiting for is the mission for today. So let's just start this giant time lapse of really, I guess, getting stuff done. Now the thing that's going to be a little bit complicated is, I guess the phone I'm filming on right now is the same thing I'm going to be taking these pictures with, and I'm going to be editing them like crazy. But the problem is, while I'm doing the time lapse, I'm going to need the camera to take the pictures of the products. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a little bit of the time lapse of kind of cleaning up some of these strawberry plants, doing stuff around the room, and I think I'm just going to give you guys a few updates here and there as I'm getting the microgreens ready. But I mean, for the most part, today, we're going to put a lot of time towards the microgreens. Now, the thing that makes it a little bit complicated is the printer I'm using only prints in black and white, but it prints really, really quickly. So I'm going to have to edit the printer where it looks phenomenal. There's a lot of art on it, there's a lot of great stuff, and it just looks really, really awesome, even though it's just black and white and there's no color on it. So I'm going to do a lot of work with that and try to figure out exactly what I do want on these labels, because once I have these microgreen labels done, I don't have to worry about doing those later on and even closer to the thing. So, I mean, for the most part, not a ton to do besides getting the microgreens ready, but there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff and numbers to get ready. So for now, let's just go ahead and start that time lapse of working with the strawberries. All right, well, it's been about an hour. I think I've decided, you know what, at this rate tonight, I probably won't be packaging these up, and I'll just package them up tomorrow. But I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and get their containers ready, get everything ready, and just kind of prep their picture station, because right now I haven't even put that system together yet. So, I mean, at this rate, if I would take pictures tonight, it would be in like 3 or 4 hours. So I think I could probably let them grow a little bit more. I'm gonna have to cut the rest of that mold out and work with that. And no, it's definitely doing really, really good. Very, very excited about that. Yeah, I mean, it's just really, really exciting to see how much is starting to just really thrive in the room, and just seeing the amount of work this system we've put into the system to be able to get it to this point, and seeing all these plants absolutely thriving. I mean, with 1.0, we couldn't even get the strawberry plants to grow. We would get them to about this size and then they would die out. Just to see the plants at this size, that almost even bigger than the ones outside, is just so exciting. So I'm really, really grateful for that. But I mean, at this rate, and just for instance, like, check out how much perlite is in this. I mean, that is really, really filled up with perlite. And like with these, it's not as much perlite, but I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump these back into the container and dump a lot more perlite in it, and just really, really just fill up the pots with perlite. So yeah, it's really, really exciting. I'm thinking for now I'm gonna go ahead and edit and try and figure out exactly what I do want to have on these labels, because at the end of the day, the labels are going to be the key for selling, especially when we take these up to the farmers market or in-person events. The packaging will be the number one thing. So I really do want to put a lot of time into it, instead of just kind of being like, you know what, I have 30 minutes, let's see how fast I can make this. I really want to put the rest of the night towards designing these labels and just focusing directly on that. So I'm thinking for now, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to show you guys hopefully what the labels look like later. But in the meantime, I did clean up a ton of the strawberry plants, and I also completely filled this up with coconut coir. Very, very exciting stuff going on. And if you guys missed the video yesterday, but you've seen quite a few other videos we post, I ended up installing these yesterday, these bricks, so that is awesome. I actually ended up installing an extender piece on the very end too, so these netting cages don't get just gross and moldy from that. So it's doing really, really well. I'm thinking something that might be really, really cool is, like, keep this in mind. Imagine this and remember this. See the size of this fish tank. It's very, very big, a lot of opportunities for the fish. I think something that might be absolutely incredible is to do a saltwater tank next. Because this is a freshwater tank, lots of life in this. I really want to do something. I'm thinking when I can get a new space in a new facility, I'm thinking that might be a must do for the room. Just add a lot more life into maybe like the lobby area. And it'll be really, really cool. Saltwater, maybe we could have like anemone in it, and maybe some really cool saltwater fish, and just a lot of life in there. Freshwater tanks are also really, really awesome, so I might do some stuff there, but I mean, that would be something pretty cool. Don't know if I will do that eventually. It's kind of an idea that I had today, so at the end of the day, I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of just get on the grind and really start editing like crazy. This will probably take 3 hours to do, so I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope this all goes well and it prints good, because sometimes the printer will print a little bit of some red on stuff when I do a weird design. So let's hope it doesn't do that. But for now, the room is at a really good stopping point for today. All this has to do is turn off the grow lights. This is starting to make me go crazy because this like falls over every single day. So I might do something where I can like tape it to the shelf or something. That would be cool. Or something that might be really cool is I could have sensors all over the room. Maybe like put 10 sensors or something and have just a giant, I guess, one of these on the wall where I can just get the average of both in the room. So that would be pretty cool. But I think for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and pause the video, and I'll see you guys in about maybe 2 seconds for you guys, but in about 3 hours for me once the packaging is done. All right, well, it's been a few hours since I did my last update, and to be honest, it's been quite productive. The system is ready for the pictures. That's how it's gonna look. We got 2 giant just lights to really light it up, and it looks great. We got the tripod ready to hold the camera. And then walking over here, we got the thing, the broccoli. I'm thinking I might take a little bit off. I'm thinking for now I might do a few pictures of the actual thing and just figure some stuff out there. But we got the main kind of picture of it, and that's how it's really gonna look. Now the thing is, this number isn't right. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do some pictures with this giant block first, and then go with like these. Now really quickly, I'm gonna show you how well this prints wherever the mouse is. So we're gonna click print, and then 1, so print. Okay, now it's not incredibly high speed, like that was 1 second, but comparing it to this, that is drastic. So that's kind of the idea of how it's gonna look. Now, sadly, it does print in only black and white, and for certain stuff, it'll print a little bit color-like, but looking at like this, it's not the best. So, I mean, it looks great. Really love kind of like the coloring and stuff too. So I might go with this. I'm thinking for the most part, everyone can read that. Like, heirloom and non-GMO, those are kind of key parts of the business too. So basically what I'm thinking is it'll be shut like this. I don't know if I can, yeah, there goes that container, but I mean, I'm thinking it'll sit like this on the container. And I might do some stuff where I print out a ton of little labels. Looks like I didn't fully trash the container, but I'm thinking it might be cool to put some stuff on the bottom too, like have 2 stickers that go on it. So we would print like the same thing, and then we would cut it in half so we can save more labels. But it would just kind of be saying like the mission of the business, and saying like at Go For Produce, we put like just all of that fun stuff, like growing for the future, the mission goal, and all of that fun stuff. So it's gonna look really, really good once it's done. It still needs a lot of editing too. So and I don't even know what happened to the word broccoli on this. I guess just honestly, who knows where that went, but I guess I'm gonna have to re-add that. I'm gonna do a little bit of some work on this, and then I might add some cool coloring. I don't really know. I might just keep it simple, because honestly, simple is going to be the best in this case. So there is an opportunity too where I can just possibly buy a new printer, or I can just touch this up over time. So we'll just have to really see how this is. I'm going to add a few more things, and then I'm going to take pictures of this, and then I'm going to go ahead and harvest a little bit, put it in this container, figure out the weighing stuff, and just do a lot of testing with that so I can get the most accurate ounce too. But I mean, it's going to look awesome. It's going to be so incredibly exciting once it's done. Now, an update on the refrigerator too. It's about 30 degrees right now. So, I mean, it's not horrible, but that's also the fact that there's nothing in this. So there's nowhere for all of that to go. So once I do have like bottled waters, or like drinks or Cokes and maybe some Sprites in here, and I have a lot of produce in here, it won't be as bad. And also keep this in mind, a lot of the time this will be off. So probably Thursday night before I'm done with the day, I'll walk over here, turn the refrigerator on, and then that next morning, we'll be harvesting everything, and hopefully by the end of that day, a lot of stuff would already be sold, and then the next day, everything will be packaged for orders, or possibly some of it that night, and we'll just really have to see. But I mean, for really where the business is at, we can only put so much in here. I'm going to probably move some stuff around to make it more efficient, where we can just stack stuff instead of working with this, because this does take up some more room and doesn't make it as better. So we'll just have to really do some testing there and see what's the best. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and try to be productive with the next few moments. So I'm thinking I might try to grab like a spray bottle and try and make it look a little bit more shiny on top, and see where that is. But it's going to look pretty cool. And I'm thinking something that might look really, really cool is if I take a picture from the very top with like a white, I guess, table on it too, and then put like that picture as a canvas right here, and then put the words "growing for the future" on it, which is the main mission goal for really Go For Produce. So it's gonna look really, really good. And keep this in mind, the thing I don't really love about this is there are some patches in here that aren't perfect, and really, I'd rather it look amazing than just kind of like, oh, that doesn't really look the best. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that really quickly. Now keep this in mind, if I would spray the top of the leaves to make it look shiny, the shelf life will be drastically decreased. So that's the bad thing about doing pictures. You have to do a lot of stuff to make the pictures look incredible, but you're gonna have to sacrifice some stuff. In this case, we're gonna have to sacrifice some of the shelf life. Also, we aren't even selling this, so there's really no point in storing it for the next like week. So let's go ahead and do that. And for now, I'll just give you guys updates as I get more done. All right, well, I just finished pictures. That took about an hour, but it all looks phenomenal now. I took pictures of everything. I ended up printing a lot of these, and I was just kind of tampering with all of them and just slowly figuring stuff out and changing it. But it's all looking really good. I think for now, I mean, that's basically all I had planned for today. Today was incredibly productive. I think it's interesting how I have this set, the fish tank light set for 12 hours a day. But what I think is really, really odd is that it's still on, because it's late at night, and technically it should have turned off about an hour and a half ago, like the aquaponics tank. So I think that's a little bit odd, but at the end of the day, as long as it works and turns off when it needs to turn off, or somewhere close to that, it is good enough. But I mean, there's a lot of very, very exciting stuff happening. Oh, I haven't really talked about this, but we now have tablets in the room. So that is awesome, because now I don't have to carry this giant computer up and down each shelf as I'm doing maintenance. It's a lot more simple, because now I can just lay the tablet on top and I'm just getting both my hands fixing the plants. I can just write down information. So it's drastically easier. Something I really keep looking for to see if I see any like spider gnat or spider mites. And because once I see those signs, there's going to be a lot of stuff we're going to have to do to really prevent that from happening again. So, I mean, it's all looking phenomenal. It's looking great. Very, very excited about that. There's a lot of very, very exciting stuff happening in here. And throughout the next really 2 weeks especially, there's going to be a lot of life starting to be brought in this room. With aquaponics, I'm hoping to have completely turned on in about 14 days. Now, something I'm going to be doing is, well, right now, this is basil. So I'm growing it a lot. I'm going to be putting it in their pods, and then they're going to go back under these grow lights. Then they'll have some time to really just thrive. And then once I feel like their root structure is strong enough, or their plant structure is good enough, they'll go in the system. And fingers crossed, they'll do really, 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 really well. Hopefully. Now, throughout the system, there's a lot of great stuff. I think it's odd with, I mean, like, check this out. That is a beautiful thing of basil. I'm thinking something I might do, if I do end up doing basil like this, I need to do like how I did this. How it's just 1, 2, 3, well, I guess it's 4 actually, or 5. Interesting. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pots in each one. But I think it's interesting because it's a lot of basil, but at the end of the day, it could be a lot more, and we could use these pots for a lot more. So I'm thinking maybe I should do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and put 10 pod plants in this too. So it's all looking fantastic. There's a lot of stuff. I think it's weird with some of the basil kind of changing colors. I mean, that piece of basil feels interesting, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's all looking great. Sometimes I like to kind of tear it a little bit because, I mean, they smell absolutely incredible. So, I mean, really, it's all doing incredible. Lot of life in here. So, I mean, for the most part, I mean, this is really going to be in the video. Something I'm really looking for is more supplies, because at the end of the day, the number one thing we are going to be working on at Giftworth Produce is to offer the cheapest prices. Because at the end of the day, I believe this is the future of farming, but it needs someone to guide it, and it needs the technology to get there. And really, I think this is a great opportunity to reintroduce vertical farming. But the thing is, there's going to be a lot of technology that needs to go in this. And as long as you guys are watching these videos, we have a lot of areas where we can really change the way this is. Because at the end of the day, our number one concern is what good can we bring into the world by working with solar technology. Possibly doing some good in trying to stop global warming. Producing green energy. That's something I've been really, really interested and fascinated by for years now. And at the end of the day, the opportunities this setup can give, and the opportunities just by you watching our videos gives the Go Forth Produce Company is incredible. And I really do want to thank you guys so incredibly much for watching our videos. And I mean, even if you guys are brand new and you guys are planning to watch this video and this video only, I do want to say thank you, because even if you're hoping not to come back and see this channel again, you guys are still helping us significantly. And I do really want to say just a huge thank you to all of you guys for your support. So, I mean, really just thank you guys so incredibly much. I think it's funny because I didn't realize this earlier. Some of the stuff when I was doing maintenance on this disconnected, so that is not good. So I guess for the next, hour, I'm going to be connecting these as best as I can. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do in here. So, I mean, if you guys think I did anything that I should potentially change, please let me know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that can be worked on. There's a lot of stuff that can be changed. So please let me know. I've actually had a few comments on the strawberries. I had grow lights on them like this, the really, really great kind from Barina. Those are going to be pinkish white, and those have done incredible. But the thing I've noticed is I knew about this, but I completely forgot because I was so concentrated on the rest of the business that I didn't install it. The red lights. Now, in order for your strawberry plants to really start producing incredible strawberries and your plants to really, really thrive in their photosynthesis process, you need to have red ray lights. And that's what this middle light is going to give. So let's just turn, or you know what, I don't even have them hooked up yet, but we got the two white lights, and then in the middle, we got a red light. I already did a little bit of some talking on the channel about that, but it's all doing really, really well. And it's very, very exciting to see all these absolutely incredible plants thriving. I'm hoping this entire zone can go under strawberry production, and 2 more shelves wherever I end up putting that at. Yeah, so we'll just figure that out eventually. I'm also hoping to do a lot of microgreens, and luckily I'm thinking half. So let's say we planted this row last week. I'm hoping by the end of this week it can be harvested, and then maybe this week just got planted. So these two are going to be on the same week, and those two are going to be on a different week. So they'll go back and forth. So each one will be completely harvested twice a month. So that is going to be really, really cool. Now we got 4 shelves and 5 microgreen plants we're hoping to grow. So I'm really going to have to think about where each one is going to go, because a certain plant will have to be kind of sacrificed there for more room. So maybe we could have our top seller like broccoli or something, then spicy, and then basic can be down here. And then it's just, we're gonna have to really think about that, because we're all gonna have to kind of cram those 5 kinds on 4 different rows. So I'll have to figure that out a little bit more where it's still really, really organized and just great there. So as always, I'm kind of just stalling right now again, and you guys are probably hoping for the video to be, for the most part, done with. So as always, this is going to be the end of the video. So if you guys like these types of videos, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so you're not missing every video, and please like this video. If you guys are hoping to know some information on our social media platforms, I'm going to give you guys that information right now. Now, this channel you guys are watching this video on right now is my channel, what I'm calling the behind the scenes channel of Go Forth Produce. So on this channel, I'm basically just picking up the camera and just kind of filming what I'm doing today, just I guess exactly what today's video was about, by doing a little bit of some work on the solar outside, by doing a lot of work with the strawberries, just taking you guys with me as I go minute by minute throughout the day. So it's going to be very, very exciting. But on the Go Forth Produce channels, so Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, those are going to be really much more high quality videos. Some of those videos will be posted on this channel here and there, but a lot of very, very high quality content is going to be put on those channels. You guys just want to get more videos and more content every single day, go ahead and check out those channels and follow those. I greatly appreciate it if you would and help support those. As always, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys when we post next. Peace.